Okay, guys, we're back working on the vet. I guess I'll start with what I'm going to do first so you guys can understand. I have a couple issues. One issue is I still have the ABS light and traction control light. They're still on. I don't know what's wrong with it. I'm getting the no comm. But before I send it out to be repaired or see if it can be repaired to see if I got to replace it, first things first is what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pull the ignition switch out to check the contacts in that, because I know this car has been plagued with ignition switch problems. I've got receipts for it from dealership from pretty much day one, so it's always had ignition switch issues. Now, it might be an ignition switch, it may not be, okay? Now, the reason I say that is because I did have a excessive failure where the car popped up about 20 codes, and there were all no communication issues. Now, with that being said, though, the only thing I did there was I shut this door, so it's leading me to think that it's a problem in the door harness and not the ignition switch. But the car is on jack stands right now, so everything doesn't move. So if I open the door and I shut the door, the car shakes. Now, when I did that, it cleared everything. Now, with that being said, it could be a contact in the ignition switch and the vibration from the car moving shook the contacts, and it started to work. I haven't been able to reproduce the issue with opening and closing the door numerous times. So, I don't know what the problem is, because if it was a door harness, I should have been able to recreate it by opening and shutting the door. I mean, I opened and shut the door like 50 times, and I couldn't get it to recreate. So, I don't know what's broke there. So we're going to go ahead and pull the ignition switch. The next thing we're also going to do is I'm going to pull this. My gauges, I have no display on this. So we're going to go ahead and pull that out to fix that now. Or see if I could see the spots where it's broke and try it. Because if I can't, that's going to go to ABS Fixer 2 with the EBCM. Everybody recommends ABS Fixer. I have no personal experience with them. I don't know if they're good. I don't know if they're bad. All I know is if I send the ABS controller to them, they told me that as of right now, when I made this video, that they wouldn't charge me anything if it wasn't broken besides return shipping. So, I'm going to go ahead and discuss on how to pull this out. So, first things first is I guess you need to pop this up. You need to pull the ashtray out full of change. And then behind that, you're going to see there's a torque spit there. And also, while this is out, I can go ahead and fix the cigarette lighter, because I want to be able to have a cigarette lighter. So we're going to go ahead and see what's wrong with that to see if I can order parts for that. You need to pop this out, which might just pop out on this car because it's been out and everything's broke underneath of it. So we're going to go ahead and pop that out. And that's out. So now that I got that out, I might be able to go ahead and re-glue the screw that you're supposed to take out in there. So I think there's a screw or something, a hole there that's broke. So I might be able to go ahead and fix that now when that's out. You're also going to have to pull this lower cover off too, and I'll discuss that. So we're going to go ahead and start pulling the center console. First things first, like I said, we're going to have to open this up. I have to pop that up. I think it just comes up like that. It just kind of pops out of there. So, I have another cigarette lighter in there. That's cool. I didn't know that I had another one. So I guess this has two of them. So that's a power, and that's a cigarette lighter. So we got that out of there. I'm just going to go ahead and disconnect the two wires for the passenger side airbag and active handling. So we're just going to disconnect them. Hopefully. Got this nifty screwdriver. We're going to just go ahead and use that because I can't pop it with my fingernail. So we're just going to lift up on the tab. I don't know if you guys can really see that, but lift up on that tab and hopefully it will just slide the plug out and not break the wires. Would be the ideal thing to do. should just unpop, but of course it doesn't want to. There we go. And then squeeze the tab there, and that should just go like that. And that's out of there. Looks like we could just squeeze that, pop that out of there. So now we should be good on that. And when I get all this apart, I'm also going to take a look at the shifter down here, make sure the bushings are good. Go ahead and just pop this boot off, and pop it. And this thing's already been apart and probably broken already. Yeah, thing's screwed up. I think that just... Well, I don't know if that's supposed to happen, but it just kind of slid off. So there's probably supposed to be a set screw somewhere or something, I guess. I don't know how that goes together. So that's I don't know how that's supposed to be, but that's off there now. So as you guys can see, I just pulled my boot off. I don't know if that's probably not how it's supposed to come apart, but it came apart that way. So I don't think there's anything under this cup holder piece. It's kind of gooey and crusty anyway, so it needs to be taken out and cleaned. We'll just put that there out of the way. I don't see anything there. I gotta find the... I can't talk here. I'm like dying. I'm gonna find the correct Torx bit for that. I don't think I have that on me. No. So I will be right back. I'm gonna set the screwdriver down. I'm gonna go get the correct Torx bit to take the screws that are in here out. So I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I got my Torx bit. I believe it's a T15. Yep. So that's what it is. What you're going to want to do, too, is make sure you got something to put all your screws in. A container or something like that. I'm using the top of my fuse box because it's over here in the seat. So I can put my screws in there. I need a 10 mil for these two down there. Okay, I've already taken off the bottom of my dash things. I was sitting there, so I took that off. Bottom of my dash things all broke, so I'll go over again, which you guys have to disconnect. So if you want to take the bottom kick panel off, you have to take this vent out here. There's a screw back up in here, which is already broke. I'm gonna read and see if I can find something to fix it maybe. You also have to take the switch panel out here. There's a screw right there, so you take that out, disconnect the switch. And you got two screws that go up on the bottom. You take them off, and then you can pop that out. So, not too bad. So, like I said, I got the shifter off. I don't know if my boot was supposed to just kind of pull off, but it does. I don't know. So, you got the two nuts there. You got a screw there. Got a screw there. And a screw there. So once you get them three out, you should be able to pull this off. So I'm going to go ahead and set this back up over here, and I'll see what we can do. Okay, guys, I got this figured out as best I could with where I could stick the camera. You guys got to remember this car's been very beat, abused, taken apart multiple times by multiple different people. Like I said, this thing I know has had ignition switch problems its whole life. I don't know why they got that screw so tight, but they did. So we're gonna go ahead and get that loose, hopefully. And then I could take it out. One screw was hand tight. I mean, not even hand tight, it was loose. So one, they had tightened so much. I'm gonna see if I can get it out without busting it. It does already have a crack right there in it. I could see the crack with the lighting. It goes from, looks like about there to there. So hopefully I could take it off without completely breaking it. That's what I'm hoping. So if it does, it does. We'll probably just put it back in as it is and you know, glue it, but trying not to spend too much on fixing this thing up because I might end up changing the radio out or something like that, and no need to buy a new one if I'm gonna change a radio out and put a double dim radio or something in. But that's way down the line once I get it tagged. I'm taking the two back nuts off now that you guys can't really see in the video. Sorry about that. So, I only place the camera in so many places. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the parking brake and I'm going to set that up. Apparently this one does not lock. So that's something else that's broke. Parking brake does not lock. So, try to see if I can get this thing out without breaking it anymore. I don't know how easily that's going to be. So, tell you what, guys, I'm going to turn this off for a minute and see if I can get a better position. I'm going to turn it off so I can just move it out of the way, actually. And I'll show you guys once I get it out. I'll show you guys something I did here. I pulled the lid off to get that out of the way. I guess there's supposed to be caps on here. There's caps missing already. So I just go ahead and took these two more nuts out. So that way I can slide this thing back. And by doing that, now this is out of the way of that, and I can lift that up. So it gives me more access to do stuff. If I want to go ahead and disconnect the wires, I could probably do that and get this completely out if I wanted to. But I'm just going to leave it kind of sit there. So now I think I can go ahead and lift this. So you might want to just take this apart before trying. So it makes things easier. So, okay, guys. With that being loose now, like I said, I just slid that back. Slid it back just enough to clear it so I could lift up and tilt. So now I can go ahead and check. I could take this boot off and I can check also the top of the shifter. Because the shifter where it mounts down here, there's, I think, bushings in there. So that's something else I'm going to go ahead and just pull off. So that way I can check it. And, of course, I can also clean all this dirt up. So, I do have my, what's left of an ashtray or cigarette lighter. So I got part of it. So I got to just go ahead and get a new, sorry about the camera angle, guys. I can go ahead and get a new, I guess, cigarette lighter for that. And just replace the whole thing. And at least now I know what I'm kind of looking for. So go ahead and see if I can find one of them for that while it's apart. Get that ordered and on the way. So, yep. Guys, if you like my projects like this, with this car, please like, subscribe, follow, comment. I'd love to see it. Share. You know, I want to see my channel grow, and without you guys, it won't grow. So thank you for the support. And keep an eye out for future projects.